Alright, so we're going to be doing this bearings and navigation problem. Two planes simultaneously take off from the same airport. Plane A flies 400 miles per hour at north 20 east, and plane B flies 500 miles per hour at south 30 east. How far apart are the planes after 3 hours? And what are the bearings from plane A to plane B at the end of the 3 hours? So first we're going to draw the airport, and that'll be point P. Then we're going to draw a compass on point P, so we know like north, south, east, west. And you're going to go north, up, and then 20 east, so we'll go that way. And we know that that angle right there is 20 degrees. And you'll keep going, and you'll probably, that'll be point A, so plane A. And they go 400 miles per hour, but it says for 3 hours, so it'll be 1,200 will be the length of this segment. Then we're going to look at the bearings for point B, and it's south, so down, and then 30 east, and that is 30 degrees. So this will be point B. And what we want to find out is what is this segment, and what is the bearing from plane A to plane B. So what is this angle? Theta. So first, we know that between this angle and the x-axis, you'll have 60 because it's the right angle. And then from this to the x-axis, you'll have 70 to make a right angle. So this whole angle right here is 130 degrees. But what I forgot to mention also was the distance between P and B. So point B and point P. So point B is going, like plane B is going 500 miles per hour for 3 hours. So it'll be 1,500. Now, in this case, we're going to have a side angle side. So that means that we're going to need to use the law of cosines. In order to find this side. So we will do 1,500 squared plus 1,200 squared minus 2 times 1,500 times 1,200 times the cosine of 130. And that is going to equal this side, so p squared if we want to call it that. So then we'll plug it into our calculator. 1,500 squared plus 1,200 squared minus 2 times 1,500 times 1,200 times the cosine of 130, and that'll get you a very large number, which is 604,035.40, but that's p squared, so then you take the square root of that, and you will get 2,450.31. So the two planes, after 3 hours, they will be 2,450 miles apart, 0.31, sorry, miles apart from each other. So, now that we know this, we can label it on our diagram, 2,450.31. We'll look and see what information we have to solve for theta. So we can use the law of sines to solve for theta. So we can do the sine of 130 over 2,450.31 equals the sine of theta over the side across from it, so 1,500. Now we can multiply by 1,500, and so it'll be the sine of 1,500 times the sine of 130 all over 2,450.31, and that'll equal the sine of theta. But in order to find out theta, we have to do the inverse sine. So it'll be the inverse sine of 1,500 times the sine of 130 all over 2,450.31. And that'll equal theta. So now we plug it into our calculator. And you get that theta is equal to 96 point, oh wait, sorry, not 96. It's 27.96. So the bearing is south. Well, actually, plane A to plane B is south 27.96 east. And that is your bearing.